Welcome to John Eats Cheap. Hey, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Click on the bell so you get notifications. Share. We're going to do some fried chicken in the air fryer tonight, and this is kind of a combo of a couple of things that I've heard about. Chef Big Shake. There we go. He had an air fryer breading method that I watched, and it looked really, really good. He's a restaurant owner, and it looked like he knew what he was doing, and I think he did. So that's the breading method for the air fryer I'm going to try. Also, I heard about pickle brined chicken. Now, brining chicken is good. It gets a lot of moisture. This is chicken, you know, it's green, doesn't look that appetizing, but it's brined in pickle juice. Because, you know, you have a jar of pickles, you finish the pickles, you got 3/4 of a jar of juice. So we're gonna try that. Pickle brined, air fried chicken with John Eats Cheap. So I've got my chicken pieces. These brined in the pickle juice, just in a Ziploc overnight. So I'm just gonna get that pickle brine dried off. I think I got 2 thighs, a leg, and a breast. So that's what we're gonna be frying.
So 24 hours, I mean, or is there like a minimum time?
Oh, yeah, usually just overnight. Do it in the afternoon, the day before, or the night before. I don't know, I've never done pickle brine. I'm just gonna pat these dry. And these are all brined, you know, pickle juice is quite salty.
I can smell the pickles.
Yeah, and I know Mrs. Cheap isn't a huge fan of pickles, and I'm sorry about that. She'll probably go, this would be really good if you just did the fried chicken. But I mean, you know, the chicken sandwich craze right now is pickles. You know, Chick-fil-A does it that way. Pickles on the chicken, and I do love it. I love that flavor in chicken. So here we go. We got our pieces of chicken, 2 thighs, a leg, and a breast. Big breast. I've got some self-rising flour. If you use regular flour, add like a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and that makes kind of self-rising flour. I always use that when I do chicken that I want to be good and crispy and really coated. I've got an egg wash here of 1 egg and probably 1/2 cup of milk. I don't season my chicken because I brined it in the pickle juice. That's kind of seasoned the chicken. But I'm gonna season the flour, the breading, with some salt, a lot of salt, probably a couple of teaspoons at least, some black pepper, maybe 1/2 teaspoon to a teaspoon. I remember reading a thing back like in the 80s, and a guy had the Kentucky Fried Chicken breading analyzed. Somebody got him some from the store, and they analyzed it at a lab, and they said, 11 herbs and spices? No, there's 4 ingredients. It's flour, salt, pepper, and MSG. And MSG really is a good flavoring. I know you hear about it with Chinese restaurants and no MSG. It's a good flavoring accent. That's what it is. And it is just a really good flavoring. So I add like, I don't know, 1/2 teaspoon of that. I just shake it in. I don't measure it out. And then just kind of mix it up in the flour.
Are you saying the Colonel lied to us?
I'm saying the Colonel, well, you know, I don't know. Maybe he had just a pinch of some other stuff to make it that many. But these were the main ingredients, apparently. So, next up, we have our egg wash. We'll dip it in the egg wash. All right. This is a thigh. Then we'll go into the flour and coat it. You could do this in a bag, I suppose. I'm just doing them one at a time, though I don't have very many. I just want to get that flour coating on there, as much of it as I can. And once we get these all covered, this is going in the air fryer, and this would not air fry well if you just did it like this. Believe me, I've tried. I've wanted to find that perfect air fried chicken that tastes like it does when you deep fry it. And I haven't found it. I'm hoping this is it. We're gonna air fry this at 370 degrees. And I found that It usually takes about 40 minutes to do roasted chicken. Well, it's going to take fried chicken the same amount of time, I would guess. We'll try and flipping it halfway through. But I hope it gets a good crispy coating on there. Okay, so now all of our pieces are coated. We're done with the egg wash. We're not done with the flour. Let me wash my hands real quick here. All right, next step. We take the breaded, egg washed and breaded, this is a thigh, and we're gonna coat this with oil. I'm using olive oil spray and really coat it. I mean, air fryer, they say less calories. Well, actually, it's kind of less mess, you know. It takes a lot of oil if you want to make it like real fried chicken. Then we go back into the flour.
But when you fry chicken for real, you're in like a couple inches of oil, and it's pretty.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure it soaks up a lot more oil when you do that. And this, like I said, this is a new method. We're just gonna try it and see how it goes. Just make sure all the wet spots are covered. And go back on the rack. Number 2. We're gonna do all these. And canola oil, I have olive oil here, but canola oil would be fine. Vegetable oil, maybe you want to use your own little spritzer, but just get all the dry spots covered. By the way, the best spray I've found, I've used a lot of knockoffs. You know, you got that P word one, the P name, that is the name brand. But the ones at Aldi, the Carlini, these are great. We just bought 2 more today because we knew we were making this, I guess. But they are really great. The best, I haven't found a store brand one that really worked well.
And the price is good.
Yeah, it's like $1.50, right?
Yeah.
It's not very much. Get it coated with that seasoned flour. And you know, of course, you could use any kind of seasoning. If you've got a favorite seasoning, I have my Cluckin' Good chicken seasoning, but I'm just doing this one like the KFC, salt, pepper, MSG, and flour.
So you could add like cayenne or...
Oh, add a little cayenne. I like it with soul food seasoning, a little garlic powder, a little onion powder. A lot of people like that. There are so many good chicken seasonings. The poultry seasoning that you can get, I put that in a lot of my seasonings. Rest is done. We got one more.
And then we'll go to the air fryer.
So there we are, ready to go. I'm just going to spray a little oil on the grates for the air fryer. And make sure you don't do this over the floor because it will make your floor really slick. I'm doing it over the chicken. It'll just create a little more crispiness, right?
We had a spray incident once.
Oh, yeah. We did. That almost, you know, busted a hip. So there they go. I got the breast and the leg up top. I'll put the 2 thighs down below to start with. Those will go in for 20 minutes at 370. We'll let the magic happen. All right, we're 20 minutes in, halfway through the cook. Top shelf. Whoa, that's looking like it needs some more oil. I'm not real impressed with that. I'm gonna add some oil, but it looks kind of dry. And I'm gonna be flipping these for the second half of the cook. And that's gonna need some oil. This doesn't look as crispy as it did in the video that I watched.
And he used like a basket one. Do you think that made a difference?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't think. We're gonna need some more oil. Luckily I have it. I don't air fry to save calories. It's just a lot less messy than having, you know, all that oil. So there we go. We'll, I'm sure the thighs will be the same. They were on the lower level. So those are gonna need a little more. And I'm gonna flip them. And these will go to the upper level. Spray them on that side. Liberally And now those will go to the top. Or the upper level, not all the way to the top. These will go to the lower level. It smells like pickles, doesn't it, Mrs. Cheap?
It does.
You smell pickles.
And it smells good.
Yeah,
it just
it does.
doesn't look as crispy yet.
We're gonna go another 370 for another 20 minutes. All right, we're 40 minutes in. Air fried chicken, fried chicken. Well, you can tell that's not deep fried, can't you, Mrs. Cheap?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not terrible.
It doesn't look horrible. It smells pickly. I'm gonna just check the temp on it. That's the other side. Not really golden brown. It's been in 370 for 40 minutes. And the temperature's not rising real quickly. So it's gonna have to do a little more time. Kind of like the bad criminal, right? You're gonna be doing a little more time, buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back with that side up because that side needs the cooking. And I'm just gonna guess that my other level will need it as well. That's what the breast looks like. I mean, a little bit got crispy.
Does it feel?
You tell me.
Not really.
It just doesn't, it doesn't look like fried chicken. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in for a little more. I do have a way to save it, but I'm just gonna put it in for a little more and make sure. So I'll put it in for 7 more minutes because the temp isn't quite done yet. So 7 more minutes at 370. So now we're, what, 46, 47 minutes in. And that, I mean, it kind of looks like fried chicken, but come on, not really. It looks like baked.
Well, you know, fried chicken is different.
Yeah. Okay. Let me add the thighs. Yeah, those don't look as...
Well, he was doing wings.
That's true. He did wings, but I would think, I mean, I toted them with a ton of oil. I don't, Mrs. Cheap, do you want to eat that or not? Because I can make it better real quickly. I can take care of this. Shall I do that?
It's up to you. You're the chef around here.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to make these Mrs. Cheap worthy. So, I mean, this is the air fried chicken. That just doesn't look really good to me. And the only way to make it look like fried chicken to me is to put it in the deep fryer. I mean, it's pretty well cooked. But I'm gonna finish it in the fryer. I'm not sure this is the way to do it. In the air fryer, I mean.
If you have a great air fryer recipe for fried chicken
Oh,
that gets good and
please.
crispy, share it. That's his
Yeah.
mission.
That makes it like real fried chicken, because I've been looking for it for 2 years and I haven't found it yet. All right, now, you know, seriously, a couple of minutes. That's looking a little more like fried chicken to me. Shout out to Chef Big Shake. You know, like I said, he did wings, and that may be the problem here, that I did regular sized pieces, so maybe that's the difference. So there we are. Now that's looking like fried chicken. Couple minutes in the fryer. You know, maybe I did something wrong, like I said. I don't think I did. I tried to follow everything. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this because I almost forgot all of this air fryer, not deep fried stuff. We're doing dill pickle brine here. So I want to see how that is, because I love dill pickle with my chicken. So this is one of the thighs. Dill pickle taste without the pickle. I like it. It is different. It's not your traditional fried chicken, so your mileage may vary. But I love that dill pickle taste with a good crispy fried chicken. And we managed to make it crispy. Let us know any recipes you want us to do. If you know of one that you saw that is like, hey, this air fryer looks really good, because this one looked really good, but it didn't turn out very good until we fixed it. Right, Mrs. Cheap? I hope this fixes it enough for you.
I'm very hungry.
I know you are. And you've been smelling this, and you're like, even though it's pickles, it smells really good. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, click the bell, get your notifications, share, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Johnny's Cheap. Thanks for watching.